Imagine you're a parent, finding out your newborn child is deafblind. That their life and your lives will be very different to what you expected and hoped for. The wide range of emotions you may feel: shock, sadness, fear, and uncertainty about the future. The charity Sense are there to support the 1.6 million people living in the UK with complex disabilities like deafblindness, and to support their families too. Through every stage of life, Sense is working hard to help everyone affected to have the opportunity to be understood, connect with others, and live their life to the full, no matter how complex their disabilities may be. Sonny is 7. Not long after he was born, his parents found he had problems with his heart.
He was having trouble feeding. As time progressed and he got a little bit bigger, and that's when we started to discover that Sonny's eyes aren't fully developed, so he is severely sight impaired. And then unfortunately he failed the newborn hearing test.
It all seemed to come as a bit of a shock. It seemed to be one thing after another.
You brace yourself for milestones that your child's going to do, hearing them say mama or dada for the first time, and then all of a sudden you're told, no, that's not how it's going to be. Got to learn quite quickly how you are to best care for that child.
Yeah.
Although the family had plenty of medical support, Sonny's parents, Julie and Dan, were keen to enrich his life as best they could. The family got home support from multi-sensory impairment specialists provided by Sense, and have been working with Diane for the last 4 years.
Let's see what we've got.
When I first met Sonny, he was desperately trying to tell everybody around him what he needed and what he wanted, but he didn't have the communication skills to be able to do that. So we introduced picture symbols so that he could choose a picture and say, I need something to eat, or I need a drink. And we have then used the gestures that he was using with that to introduce sign language.
Oh, is that the noise the pig makes? Were you being the pig?
I mean, the progress that he's made since I've been working with him has been phenomenal.
So exciting!
It just sort of gives Sonny that sense of independence, that sense of empowerment, I guess, that he can choose what he wants to do.
You were being the pig.
Wow. Well done.
Our world, I think, would be very different without Sense being involved with us. It's such a positive, can-do attitude.
People with complex disabilities or needs tend to have multiple disabilities which make it harder for them to develop new skills, communicate, or to live independently. Sense understands that with the right support, helping someone to connect with the world around them is possible and can absolutely transform their quality of life. Verity is 5 and from Dudley. She was born with a rare genetic condition which has caused her to have limited control over her body.
My pregnancy with Verity was absolutely normal. And then suddenly for us at 12 weeks old, Verity had her first seizure. And from then, she's just never stopped.
We were at the hospital with Verity while they did investigations and doctors were trying to come up with answers. It was a slow process. And it really affected our family because Josie was here, we were at the hospital. We didn't want to sort of leave her side until we knew what was going on.
We had the result when she was 9 months old. Got this epilepsy. She's most probably going to be non-verbal, registered blind, probably not going to walk. When you're hearing this about your child, it was quite upsetting and a bit of a blow.
It was a very overwhelming time for the family. They quickly realised they would need support and so turned to Sense.
When Verity turned 1, signed up for baby classes. They did lots of different sound bath sessions with music. This was all about communication with Verity. And a big thing for me was getting Joseph to play with his little sister.
And Joseph, he's found it a really positive experience as well because he can see the value and he's really made that connection with his sister, which is lovely.
Oh, and Joseph's with Verity as well. Hi, Joseph.
Often families are given the worst case scenario and given lots of, your child can't do this. Whereas we look at the positive side of that. It's a journey, but actually it's about understanding that person, understanding their unique needs, and supporting them to be able to access the wider world and have that independence, and how we can make their life as fulfilling as possible.
It's opened up the world for Verity, but for us as a family, it's really brought us together, and long may it continue.
Bye-bye, say thank you.
Every penny that's raised for Sense really does make a difference. By tailoring their services to meet the needs of each individual, Sense can help children and their families to connect, communicate and play. At home, online, or in the community at one of their dedicated centres. Cameron is 11, and he and his family have had support from this centre in Bristol since he was 3 months old.
Cameron was born with a rare genetic condition called Norrie disease, which means he is completely blind and he's developed a progressive hearing loss as well. He's autistic and tube-fed, he's non-verbal and has very complex needs. It was absolutely devastating when the doctor sat me down. I just felt like my heart was ripped out of my chest. I really thought his life was over before it even began.
As Cameron has got older and his condition deteriorated, life has become even more difficult for him and his mum. But having the Sense Centre available to them has been hugely beneficial.
Happy to be here. We used to come to weekly sessions, and for me, it just massively helped my mental health, connecting with other parents. It helped me understand his needs and connect with him through sensory play. Spending that one-to-one time with him, with support from Sense staff, really helped him progress and develop. It's just nice that he's able to be himself.
For nearly 70 years, Sense have helped to create environments which open up the world to those living with complex disabilities. No matter how challenging a person's disability may be, Sense are offering services that can and do transform lives. And with your help, even more people can benefit. So please, if you're able to, donate now. To find out more, visit the charity's website, sense.org.uk. Thank you.